Hi, and welcome to the episode of Utah Crossbow Hunter, where today I'm going to talk about two new rules that Utah Fish and Wildlife have implemented this year. But before we do that, please hit that like, subscribe, and share button and make your comment. Um, Most of you are watching this without hitting that subscribe button, so go ahead and do it now. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, there you go, and share this video. Of course, make me a comment. Also, you can email me at utahcrossbowhunter@icloud.com and visit my website at www.utahcrossbowhunter.com. So without any further ado, let's get into today's show. Okay, so I'm still using my new camera. I'm still working out some bugs on it. So get a little bit of hesitation here and there. I don't know exactly where, but I still also need to work on where I want to put my camera because it's sitting way up here and I want to look at you, but not, yeah, because I want to be looking up. Okay, so let's get into this. So the first thing I'm going to read this brief article here. Um, it says the Wildlife Board voted to prohibit all trail cameras, including both non-handheld transmitting and non-transmitting devices, in the harvest or aid in harvesting of big game between July 31st and December 31st. All trail cameras is defined as a device that is not held or manually operated by a person and is used to capture images, video, or location data of the wildlife, and use heat or motion detected triggered devices. The new rule does not apply to government, educational organizations gathering wildlife information, private landowners who are monitoring their property for trespassers, and active agricultural operations, or to cities involved in the urban deer program. However, trail cameras on private property cannot be used to help in harvest of big game between July 31st and December 31st. Okay, so the board also voted to prohibit the sale or purchase of trail camera footage or data to take, attempt to take, or aid to take or attempt to take big game animals. Those images include location information, date and time, footage, and any other data that could be used to aid in the harvest or attempt to harvest that big game. Okay, so now for the scopes. Another approved change will prohibit the use of any night vision devices to locate or attempt to locate a big game animal. This will go into effect starting 48 hours before any big game hunt opens in the area and will remain in place until 48 hours after the big game hunt ends in that area. Night vision devices is defined as anything that enhances visible or non-visible light. It includes use of night vision devices, thermal imaging devices, infrared managed devices, and other electronic devices to enhance visible, and non-visible light spectrum. This type of technology has increased in popularity and use in the hunting years. It also says here too, the same rule and restrictions on use of trail cameras and night vision devices will also be applied to the rule regarding cougars and bear hunting in Utah. However, agricultural producers still be able to use the trail cameras to aid in removal of cougars or bears that are prying on their livestock. Okay, so we're going to start with the trail cameras. As far as trail cameras are concerned, it's up to you, our trail cameras. I think trail cameras are a great device to help in the aid of locating animals. or migrations and stuff like that. So you got a 6-month period from January 1 to July 30th, basically, to use trail cameras. So from trail cameras from July 31st to December 31st, you can't use. So I think trail cameras are a good aid, but during hunting season, I don't know. Is that an aid to help you locate animals? I'm sure it is, but for here in Utah, we can't use them anymore. I only have a couple trail cameras. I haven't put them out because people like to borrow them, if you know what I mean. And it happens all the time. I know I've talked to several people who put trail cameras out. They come back to check them, and they've disappeared. So, yeah, should people be taking other people's property? No, but they do. And why they do that, I don't know. I wish I knew why. Okay, so moving on to the scopes. Infrared, thermal imaging, yeah, they don't belong out there. We do know that poachers do like to use that kind of stuff in time of the technology. But I think if they're using that type of technology and poaching, I think they should get a stiffer prison sentence or fines or whatever they're going to get to maybe deter some of them. But we all know criminals are going to be criminals, and there's nothing you can do about a criminal except lock them up, throw away the key. So my dilemma now is, since my scope, my ATN scope, has both night and day visibility on it, is my scope illegal? I don't know. I got to find out. So I'll be making a trip within the near future into Cedar to check on that. In my opinion, the way I read this, and I could be reading it wrong, it's still legal scope because I have the daytime capability. Of course, I want to record my shot for you guys, my shot. So that makes it a daytime scope. I mean, I'm going to be videoing it daytime. I'm not going to be doing any videoing during the nighttime hours because I know I'm going to get in trouble for that. So, I mean, I like that. I love the ATM scope. The reason I like it and love it is because I can just hit one button and start recording. And I'm good. I just cite my, get my yardage in there, and I'll have my yardage set up, ready to go. So, yeah, I think my scope just became maybe illegal. I don't know. So when I find that information out, I'll let you guys know. But again, my interpretation, yes and no. So that leaves kind of a gray area for those type of scopes here in Utah. But I don't know in other states how those are working. I think somebody told me, and I believe it's Wyoming or Montana or something like that, that those scopes are illegal. I don't exactly remember where we're at. But I can still use it for coyote hunting. I just can't use it for my big game hunting according to what I'm reading here. But I will go into town eventually. I don't know exactly when, but I'll go into town and talk to a wildlife management expert, law enforcement, or individual to find out about that scope. So it's just a brief update on that. I'm hoping it's still good for my hunts, but it says big game. Is turkey a big game?
my opinion, turkey's a small game. So it might be still legal to use that scope for my turkey hunting. And just to give you guys a brief update at this time, I haven't had a chance to get out. We've had a lot of sickness here lately, and right now, at the time of this recording, my daughter is in the hospital with some breathing problems of bronchitis, either bronchitis or asthma. They're not quite sure. But this is the third time in 2 years, that she has been hospitalized for that. So I'm taking a little break from the hospital to pick up my other kids from school. Yeah, that's my first concern, obviously. But when I can get back out there, I will be getting back out there. But I know the turkey pattern has changed a little bit since we've had the snow. I haven't seen any turkeys in town. So, did they go somewhere else? Did they move around? We'll find out. So I'm going to be doing a scouting / information gathering trip here pretty soon as my daughter gets better. That's my goal eventually here. So with that said, thank you again. I want to thank you guys for watching, and remember, family first. Take care of your family. By all means, get out there and hunt, and hit that subscribe button right below, right there. Go ahead. You didn't do it the first time. I seen you. Go ahead and do it again. And until then, see you on the next episode of Utah Crossbow Hunter.